What has this trip been like for you? You're kind of winding down, and was it as productive as you maybe hoped it would be? What were you looking to get out of it?
I believe it was productive. I think you'll hopefully, we'll see the full Beaver Stadium in the fall, because that was one of the goals. But I know it was productive in the fact that we thanked and thanked all the people for their support and made sure that they knew how much we appreciate their support and how much we need it now more than ever. So, I think it was definitely productive in that way. And just being like in Scranton last night with 900 people there, it looked like close to 1,000, I don't know. And just, the people, the passion, the energy they have for Penn State and the athletic department and the football program was really, really neat to see.
Is there a message people are giving you, or specific questions, a pattern that you're getting from people on this as you talk to them?
People are just very supportive. People are very supportive of what we're trying to do, the situation that we're in. Very supportive of our players, and so it's pretty neat experience to go out and have that much support.
Maybe the flip side of that, how much can you take away from them and sort of the interactions you've had with them in terms of moving forward on the program, or things you want to do, or outreach, that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I don't, most of the conversations that I have with the people, because there's a lot of people at these stops, are brief. I make sure that, I try to do the best I can to meet as many people as I can in the room. It was hard in Scranton last night, although I met a lot of those people last night, and try to reach out to them and just, again, thank them and just tell them what we're trying to do there. And, it's not going to be easy, but that we have great kids and a great history and tradition of good football there, and we're going to try to continue on that path.
Have you noticed a difference throughout the Caravan between year one and year two? Different level of support or different atmosphere? Anything?
I would say, to me, it feels the same as it was last year, the support. I mean, we had a bunch of people in Scranton last year, just like we did last night, and these people are core Penn State supporters that have a passion for Penn State and our players and how they play the game. And so I don't feel any more or less support than I did last year. I think my comfort level is different now. Obviously, I've been here for 15, 16 months, so I understand Penn State better, and I'm able to maybe deliver a better message. But I don't see where it's more or less support. I think it's always very supportive.
What are your big priorities for the summer? I mean, you're going to go back, and you're going to be kind of out of the spotlight for a couple of months.
Thank God. Yeah, the big priorities when we get back, starting really Friday, is continue with recruiting. So the coaches on our staff are fantastic about updating me really on a daily basis, Billy Kavanaugh and then the other coaches on recruiting, and it seems to be going really well. I would say by the end of this week we will have been in 200 schools over the first 2 weeks here of May recruiting. And then we'll finish that up. That'll be 2 more weeks of those guys being on the road. While they're on the road, I'll be really, really trying to get ahead on planning for training camp, planning for Syracuse, planning for Eastern Michigan, and getting a lot of football work done, which is, really what I love to do. And meeting with our graduate assistants and the people that are in the building and not on the road. So, and our guys will be back on Monday to start the first session of summer school. And, I would say the majority, 95% of our team will be back, and they'll be working hard. We're not allowed to do anything with them football-wise from a coaching standpoint, but they'll be there with Fitzy and his crew and getting going on a voluntary basis, but working hard during the summer. So we got a big summer ahead of us.
See the games on paper now. Is it? I know you guys were a varsity team last year, but to go into the Big Ten, does it kind of feel like it's getting a little more real?
When you talk about it, to actually look at what programs you're going to play back to back to back to back makes it very real. Very exciting, maybe a little scary considering who we have, which is great. That's why we come to Penn State. That's a big draw to play in the Big Ten, and the reality of having to compete or getting the opportunity to compete against, as Coach O'Brien mentioned, top programs in the nation is really exciting. So to see when we go there, when they come here, it's a good thing.
You guys open up Pagula, homecoming weekend, day before Michigan at night.
Right.
What's the kind of excitement for you, and is there any, like, almost hope that it wasn't that weekend that's so big? Yeah, I mean, I know Joe talks about having to flush the toilets all the first time before you open.
You know what? We just want to get going, and I think it's a great opportunity to do it with such a great weekend. There's a lot of Penn State fans that are very interested in it, not only hockey fans. So I think everybody's going to get an opportunity to get a taste of it. And October 11th, I know is going to, for the people that are going to be in charge of flushing all the toilets together once. I mean, they've got a lot of work to do, but I just can't wait to get it going. That first game is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see the environment that Pagula Ice are in.
Where do things stand at this point in the offseason in terms of getting ready for October? And how differently is that compared to last year, given that getting ready for the Big Ten, you've got the DuBois coming?
Sure. Well, there are two things when you ask that question. As far as the team's concerned, we feel pretty good. We had that year under our belts, and that was huge for us. And we have an idea of what we have and how our student athletes were able to transition to Division I hockey and who played well in the biggest game. So in that sense, I feel pretty good about it. There's still going to be a difference. To play conference Big Ten hockey is going to be a little bit of a difference. But from a team standpoint, I feel pretty good. We're excited. I think we've improved ourselves at every position. So we're excited to see what we have. As far as the building's concerned and all the little things that go along with transitioning to Big Ten conference, to the new arena, there's a lot of work to do. We're very fortunate. We have great people in the athletic department that do such a good job that fortunately a lot of that is off my plate.
When football players go home, for the most part, they're within a 5-6 hour drive of here. But
Yeah.
Casey Bailey goes home, he's closer to the Bering Sea than he is State College. So does that make the offseason, even though you can't work with these guys after the tournament, any harder for you?
I think Penn State attracts a certain kind of student athlete, and I'm really impressed with all of the students, not just the athletes, but the students at Penn State. They've got an inherent work ethic. They do. It's really, you can feel it on campus, and I think that transposes to our student athletes. And when they go home, I feel pretty confident that they're going to work. They're not just going to forget about what they should do. Some of them will come back for summer sessions and be able to work with us then. But I think it's just the attitude that the student body has is that you don't just put away the books. You work hard at what you do, and I think our hockey players aren't an exception. So I think they're going to be fine.
Are any of them eligible to play for any other sort of organizations? There's lots of like winter and summer hockey leagues.
You know what? You'll see some of them go to NHL rookie camps, which they are okay to do from the NCAA standpoint.